The Liberals are proposing to allow oil and gas exploration in a new marine protected area where the Gulf of St. Lawrence meets the Atlantic Ocean, a place called the Laurentian Channel Marine Protected Area. Now look, I'm perfectly fine with this. Whatever gets the East developing their own natural resources, I'm all for. But it sure makes the Liberals look like a bunch of flaming hypocrites. The Liberals cancelled a National Energy Board approved pipeline to the West Coast from Sherwood Park, Alberta, called the Northern Gateway Pipeline because, I don't know, the state-of-the-art technology involved in a brand new pipeline or the increased tanker traffic will somehow be too risky for the waters of northern BC, where there are already lots of tankers coming and going all the time, every single day. Trudeau said the coast of BC was no place for tankers and pipelines, but oil exploration and endangered beluga whales dodging turds in the St. Lawrence, well, that's just fine for our environmentalist Prime Minister. I guess it's because it's happening in Quebec and not Alberta, and so anything that Quebec does to the environment or in the environment doesn't count. Eastern-based liberal magic trumps science every time. Remember when Climate Barbie Environment Minister Catherine McKenna gave the go-ahead for Montreal to dump nearly 5 billion liters of raw human sewage into the St. Lawrence River, and then gave the go-ahead for smaller dumps into the same river by other Quebec municipalities? Yeah. A handful of ducks die after landing on an oil sands tailing pond in Alberta in a freak snowstorm, and the world stops and massive fines get handed out. But thousands of fish die in Quebec's Yamaska River because of a McKenna-approved sewage dump, and environmentalists don't really seem to care. And where is Notley to point out this glaring hypocrisy and to defend Alberta? She's dead silent because that's how Notley is when Liberals attack Alberta. But you know who else is silent? Anti-oil Montreal Mayor Denis Coderre. He lobbies against oil and pipelines constantly, but it's pretty clear he isn't against oil and pipelines because he seems pretty fine with his own oil and pipelines. Coderre just hates Alberta. I want oil exploration everywhere, Alberta, BC, Ontario, Quebec, but people who can't figure out that a massive sewage dump might cause fish to die shouldn't be assumed to be those who are going to do a better job at protecting the environment than regular old Albertans. At the end of the day, this is typical liberal anti-Western sentiment on full display. It shouldn't surprise us. It's the same liberal attitude that brought us the National Energy Program and the Canadian Wheat Board, with Liberals creating two sets of rules for the country, one that favors the East and another one that punishes the West. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. At the Rebel, part of my job is to point out the hypocrisy of the federal Liberal government. To never miss a story, be sure to subscribe to our new Rebel Canada YouTube page.